Europe, a continent brimming with history, culture, and yes, even tolerance. From ancient ruins to modern marvels, Europe has always been a place where different ideas and cultures converge. From the icy fjords of the north to the sun-drenched beaches of the south, Europe is a melting pot of different people, ideas, and ways of life. Each region offers its own unique flavor, contributing to a rich tapestry of human experience. But some pockets of this diverse continent stand out as beacons of acceptance. These areas have embraced multiculturalism and inclusivity, setting examples for the rest of the world. These societies, shaped by unique histories and progressive policies, offer a glimpse into a world striving for equality and inclusivity. Their commitment to social justice and human rights is evident in their everyday practices and public policies. Join me as we journey across the continent, exploring these bastions of tolerance and learning from their inspiring examples. We'll visit cities and towns where acceptance is not just a word, but a way of life. This ain't your grandma's history lesson, folks. We're diving deep into the vibrant, living cultures that make these places so special. We're diving into the heart of what makes these societies tick, examining their social fabric and understanding the driving forces behind their tolerant reputations. Through interviews and first-hand experiences, we'll uncover the secrets to their success. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on an eye-opening adventure through some of the most open-minded corners of Europe. Get ready to be inspired by the stories of people who are making a difference and shaping a more inclusive future. First stop, the Nordic countries. These picturesque lands are not just known for their stunning landscapes, but also for their progressive values. These nations often top the charts when it comes to global tolerance rankings. It's no surprise when you see the vibrant mix of cultures and backgrounds harmoniously coexisting. But what is it about Denmark, Norway, and Sweden that makes them so accepting? What are the secrets behind their inclusive societies? Well, picture this. A society built on a foundation of social equality, where everyone, regardless of background, is granted access to education, healthcare, and a good standard of living. It's a place where opportunities are not just for the privileged few. That's the Nordic model in a nutshell, folks. A model that ensures everyone has a fair shot at a good life. These countries have long prioritized the well-being of all their citizens, fostering a sense of collective responsibility and reducing social disparities. It's a community effort where everyone looks out for each other. This strong social safety net creates a more equitable playing field, promoting a sense of solidarity and reducing prejudice based on socioeconomic status. It's about lifting everyone up together, but it doesn't stop there. The commitment to equality extends beyond just social and economic aspects. The Nordics also boast a deep-rooted commitment to gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights, and environmental sustainability. They strive to create a world where everyone can thrive, regardless of gender or sexual orientation. It's like they've cracked the code to a more just and compassionate society, a society where everyone is valued and the future is bright for all. Now, some might say this progressive outlook is just in their DNA, and hey, maybe there's some truth to that. The Nordics have a long history of social democracy and a strong belief in the power of collective action, but it's not just about historical circumstances. It's about conscious choices made by these societies to prioritize inclusivity and fairness. From generous parental leave policies to affordable childcare, these countries invest in families and children, ensuring that everyone has an equal opportunity to thrive. And let's not forget their commitment to environmental sustainability. They understand that protecting the planet is not just about preserving natural beauty. It's about social justice and ensuring a healthy future for generations to come. Next, we're hopping over to Western Europe, where countries like the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg are writing their own chapters in the Book of Tolerance. These nations, often dubbed the Low Countries, and no, it's not because of their sense of humor, are known for their liberal social policies and their long history of welcoming people from all walks of life. Think of it this way, these countries are like the original melting pots of Europe, strategically located at the crossroads of trade and cultural exchange. They've been exposed to different ideas and influences for centuries. This history of openness has shaped their national identities, making them more accepting of diversity in all its forms. As Section 5 Tolerance in the Low Countries, a closer look. One of the most striking examples of their tolerant approach is their stance on LGBTQ+ rights. The Netherlands, in fact, was the first country in the world to legalize same-sex marriage back in 2001. And since then, Belgium and Luxembourg have followed suit, demonstrating their commitment to equality and non-discrimination. But it's not just about legal frameworks, it's about societal attitudes. In these countries, being LGBTQ+ is widely accepted and people are free to express their identities without fear of persecution or prejudice. Of course, challenges still exist, but the overall atmosphere is one of respect and inclusivity. Section 6. Mediterranean warmth where acceptance blooms. Now let's soak up some sun and head south to the Mediterranean, where Spain and Portugal await. These nations, known for their relaxed lifestyles, vibrant cultures, and warm hospitality, offer a different flavor of tolerance. Picture this: sharing tapas with friends on a balmy evening, the sound of laughter and lively conversation filling the air, or strolling through ancient cobblestone streets, marveling at architectural wonders that have witnessed centuries of cultural exchange. This is the essence of Mediterranean life, a celebration of life's simple pleasures, a deep appreciation for human connection, and an openness to different ways of being. And it's this openness that underpins their tolerant reputation. Section 7, Spain and Portugal, a history of cultural fusion. Now let's not forget that Spain and Portugal have a long and complex history, marked by periods of both openness and intolerance. But over the centuries, they've witnessed the ebb and flow of different cultures and religions, from the Moors to the Jews, shaping their societies into vibrant tapestries of diversity. This historical legacy has instilled a certain cultural fluidity, a willingness to embrace difference and find common ground amidst diversity. It's reflected in their art, their music, their cuisine, a beautiful fusion of flavors and influences that speaks to their history of cultural exchange. Section 8. A spectrum of acceptance, navigating regional differences. Now, before we get too carried away, it's important to remember that tolerance isn't a monolithic concept. It's a multifaceted idea that can look very different depending on where you are and who you're talking to. Even within these generally accepting societies, attitudes can vary significantly depending on factors like age, location, and socioeconomic background. For instance, younger generations in urban areas might be more open to new ideas compared to older generations in rural settings. You see, just like any other part of the world, Europe has its own internal diversity. This diversity is reflected in the wide range of cultural practices, languages, and traditions found across the continent. And while some cities might be melting pots of cultures, bustling with a mix of traditions and modernity, some rural areas might hold on to more traditional values, preserving age-old customs and ways of life. That's why it's crucial to approach the concept of tolerance with nuance, recognizing that it exists on a spectrum and that perceptions of what constitutes acceptable behavior can differ widely. Understanding these differences is key to fostering a more inclusive society. It's about acknowledging that there's always room for growth and understanding. By embracing this spectrum of acceptance, we can learn to appreciate the rich tapestry of human experience and work towards a more harmonious coexistence. Section 9, Challenges remain, the ongoing pursuit of tolerance. And let's be real, folks, even in the most tolerant societies, challenges remain. We're talking about issues like racism, xenophobia, and discrimination based on religion, gender identity, or sexual orientation. These issues, unfortunately, are not confined to any one country or region. They're global challenges that require ongoing attention and action. But here's the thing. Acknowledging these challenges is not about diminishing the progress that has been made. It's about being honest about the work that still lies ahead. It's about recognizing that building truly inclusive societies is an ongoing process, a journey that requires constant vigilance, education, and a willingness to challenge our own biases. Section 10, Towards a more inclusive future. Learning from Europe's example. So what can the rest of the world learn from these European societies? Well, for starters, it's about recognizing that diversity is a strength, not a threat. It's about creating societies where everyone, regardless of their background, feels a sense of belonging and has the opportunity to reach their full potential. It's about investing in education, healthcare, and social services that benefit everyone. It's about promoting dialogue, understanding, and empathy across cultural divides. It's about challenging discrimination and prejudice whenever and wherever it rears its ugly head. Section 11, a beacon of hope celebrating diversity and equality. In a world often marred by division and intolerance, these European societies offer a beacon of hope, a glimpse into a future where diversity is celebrated and equality is a lived reality for everyone. Their stories remind us that progress is possible, that change starts with each of us in our daily lives, and that building a more tolerant and accepting world is a collective endeavor. So let's learn from their example, celebrate their achievements, and continue to strive for a world where everyone can thrive and succeed, regardless of who they are or where they come from. Stay tolerant, my friends!